Hi, good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. My name is Michelle Royer. I'm the fitness coordinator at Newnham campus, and I'm just going to be getting my colleagues on just a moment. Gonna in- okay. Hopefully they'll be able to join us soon. I think I was able to add them on. Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you, Michelle?
I'm okay, thank you. I think
Night.
I think I just got Kim on. So what else? Hi everybody. So I'm going to start again. My name is Michelle Roy. I'm the fitness coordinator at Newnham campus, and I'm joined by the fitness and sport coordinator at Seneca York and King campus right now, and we're going to have a conversation with you today about the benefits of mental health because tomorrow happens to be Bell Let's Talk Day, and we want to have a conversation about mental health and keep it within the realm of physical activity. So, you guys want to introduce yourself before we get started?
Sure. Sounds good. I'll jump in there and begin. My name is Chris Souza. I'm the fitness officer from King Campus.
I don't know if we're going in a direction here. I don't know what, but I'll go ahead there. Hi, everyone. My name is Mike. I'm at the sport coordinator at Seneca Park. Happy to be here talking about Bell Let's Talk and exercise and mental health.
Well, if you guys don't know my name by now, we're in trouble. My name's Kim, and I'm fitness coordinator for Seneca York, I guess.
Great.
We have a couple of questions first. They've just disappeared. We don't know when the gyms are opening yet. Please stay tuned to all our social medias, please.
Great. So before we get into our conversation, we're going to invite everyone who's joined us today to be part of the conversation and to share comments or ask any questions throughout the live, and hopefully we can address them as we go along. And you also have the chance of winning a $25 gift card for well.ca just by participating in the live today. So first question, how does physical activity affect mental health? If you want, I can lead and say one of my first thoughts about it is the ability to have it take your mind off of your worries. When you're mindful and engaged in physical activity, it really doesn't matter what it is, whether you're doing a household chore, gardening, running, skiing, playing a sport, doing a workout. When you're in the moment and focusing on what you're doing it, how it feels, how you feel when you're doing it, and you're mindful in that moment, it can take your mind off of things that may have been worrying you or stressing you before and stop some like looping of some negative thoughts in your head. So it offers that time away from things that are worrying.
Awesome. Yeah, I find that it helps to, when you're almost in a cycle of overthinking things, keeping yourself almost a healthy distraction, right? Jumping into something where you have no other, you can't really do anything else but except look at and think about what you're doing at that time. So I like that it offers that. I like that any sort of physical activity where you're exercising at a certain intensity, your body can release endorphins. So a lot of the exercises that I enjoy doing makes sense because for me it's at I'd say medium intensity to a high intensity. So I could almost feel within 10, 15 minutes those endorphins kind of circulating throughout my body. So that's personally the benefit that I enjoy the most.
I guess I'll just go in this order as well, and I'll follow up with what Michelle and Chris were saying. Liked what you talked about being mindful while exercising. I think it's fairly obvious, obviously, the benefits of physical activity and exercise, both physical and mental, have with physiologically speaking, as well as to decreasing symptoms of anxiety and depression and other mental health goals. But being mindful by actually enjoying what you're doing, the process, and just doing it because my doctor told me to, therefore I will get benefits from it, which obviously has truth to it. But if you enjoy it and you pay attention to the movements you're doing and the activity, the benefit are more optimal in that sense.
I think if you go back, we've been moving since we were born, right? So it's one of our basic functions, getting up and going and moving. And when you think back to when we're kids and we're playing all over the place and we were happiest on the playground, I think physical activity is just something that we've been born to do, and it keeps us happy and going.
I think so too. It keeps us happy and going. And there's also the benefit of if it has a social aspect to it, and if you can do it with friends, if you're part of a team, and you're having fun, I think that just makes you feel great, right? So that's one thing. So the next thing we'll talk about is what advice do you have to make physical activity a part of our lives on a regular basis so that we can get the health benefit. We can get that health benefit from it regularly.
I'll jump in. We'll go the same order, I guess. Really, a tip that I've kind of come across over the last, I would say, during the pandemic was to kind of transition from my physical activity being kind of a means to an end to just helping me improve my mental state. So instead of training to compete, I'm now training to kind of shift my mental wellness, mental health. So I'm not looking at it as a ways to compete, but just for me to feel better over the course of a week, a month, a year, instead of training for a certain activity. So that's kind of one tip, is make sure you're having fun doing it. You're not just training to compete or play a sport, but that's an easy way to incorporate it, because if you make it tough, you're never going to want to do it. And if you don't want to do it, you're most likely not going to do it on a consistent basis. So my tip would be to make it something that's more fun than kind of quote unquote training.
Well, interesting that you said means to an end. I have two things that I thought of with that. I think whatever you're doing, you need to enjoy it, right? If you don't want to be in a gym, don't be in a gym, right? You need to do something you really enjoy. And as far as a means to an end, I find that a lot of people they may not feel like working out, or they may be too busy to work out. And then I always have to think about what will you feel like after the workout? So you might
Right.
not started, but at the end you're going to feel so much better than had you not worked out. So like if you keep the end goal in mind of how you're going to feel afterwards, then that's, to me, one thing to remember, so that you are regularly fit, physically active, and then you will get the benefits overall of feeling good.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that we probably could end it there, but I'll add a couple things because that was perfect. And obviously, it goes without saying that you want to enjoy that activity, but even to elaborate more, is, if anything, that we've learned from COVID and having gyms closed and community centers and facilities that typically we would go to as our activity that we enjoy, you also need to be adaptable and have activities that maybe don't necessarily rely on one piece of equipment or one type of facility or weather dependent, so that you have activity that you can do at home, outside, things that are diverse, that aren't that one particular unique thing that, oh, it's raining, I can't do that thing I like. So it has to be something, I think, that you can do 365, inside, outside, wherever you are, that meets those check marks.
That's an excellent point, Mike.
I look at daily activities too. So if you are headed out to the mall and you're driving, park further away from the store entrance, and walk across the parking lot. It's, instead of taking the escalator or the elevator in the mall, taking the stairs up to the second floor. I always advise people, if you can, get off one bus stop earlier from where your destination is and walk those extra miles every day and get those steps in. And that just adds more physical activity into your life and changes things up a little bit for you too.
And don't take this elevator or escalator if you can. Take the stairs. I think taking the stairs is a great way to sneak in some extra physical activity. It's, so, okay. One last question. Your favorite feel good physical activity?
Definitely walking for me. It's probably one of the most underrated activities, I would say. Just a short walk. Start with 15 minutes. Start with 10 minutes if that's all you have. And I would say consistency and frequency trumps intensity for sure. So walking's probably one of my favorite activities.
Ditto on the walking. Mike?
Yeah, I'm with Chris. I like to hike and be outside, and I think we all agree as a group collectively that we're on the same page, especially with COVID has forced us to do more of that. But obviously my go-to, we all have our favorite sports and things like that, but pretty much anything that involves a variety of different activities. It kind of like basically gym class for life, if you will.
Just getting out and just playing and exploring new things. So whether it's snow angels right now, just dropping down to the ground and doing snow angels, chasing children through the snow, snowshoeing, anything like that that's different from the regular stuff like cardio, treadmills, running, strength training, anything where you're just using different muscles and different movements is a go-to.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you all for your comments, and we had some people shout out for strength training as their favorite feel-good physical activity, and we were encouraging everyone to tune in to the college IG tomorrow at Seneca College, and our IG as well for all the Bell Let's Talk events that they have. It's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every hour on the hour. There's going to be a live with great conversations around mental health. And so we invite everyone to do that and also to join us at 4 p.m. for Mike's live about thriving virtually, and at 5 p.m. for Kahoot. Kahoot will be on Zoom. So if you'd like, you can find the link to the Zoom tomorrow at 5 o'clock at our website, bit.ly/Seneca Recreation, or go to our link in our bio and complete the registration form to get the link. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and thank you, Chris, Mike, and Kim. Have a good afternoon.
Thanks, Michelle. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.